Degloirespace signing in. Now, if you've watched this channel at all, you know that I'm not a fan of settling. Settling for, especially. Settling for. I almost find it like an insult if somebody settles for me. I'd rather live nomadic than be settled for. Now, you might think, why to that level? Why so much? Look, your self-worth is all you have. And the more actions that you do that are not in line with your self-worth, the less you'll have self-worth. And whatever worth you have, you'll lose it bit by bit. Sometimes people bet on that, because when your self-worth goes low, they gain. You are doing anything to prove you're worthy, and so you're unworthy. The way I look at it is, when I choose somebody to be with me, I'm gonna choose the best. Not somebody that I feel like, oh, if she goes, I'm worthless, I'll be worth nothing, or this is the best I can do. That thought shouldn't be there. You should, when you're with somebody, there shouldn't be a thought of, oh, if they leave me, I will never be able to get someone as good looking as her, as good. That thought, if you have that thought, then this video is right up for you. Because the more you do that, the more worthless you will eventually become. Now, one of the things when people settle for is usually they have someone they don't settle for. Someone that they want. Someone that they love. Someone that they'll do anything for. That's who you want to be. And that's who you want the person who's with you. That's how you want to, because you know what? If the person you're with, you don't feel that way towards, there's always going to be this idea of, I'm missing out. I'm not gaining the best. I'm not being the best, because you haven't given yourself the best. You just thought, you know what? It's better to have this than have nothing. Oh, well, I might as well take it. You know, because if I don't take it, there's nothing in there for me. Now, how do you know if somebody's settling for you or not? You really don't know until you know a little bit about their past. If you've known someone for a while, then that becomes a little bit easier. You know what they've done and what they haven't done. We want to feel special. We want to feel like, hey, if I'm about to give you the rest of my life, like, hey, you know what? I love you. I'm going to marry you. I got to make sure. My life ain't cheap. My life is not cheap. I'm not willing to throw it away because of fear. You know what? No, not me. And neither should you. So what do? Imagine you find out that, you know, you were with a girl and her previous ex, I'm going to give a very toxic situation, because the good thing about toxic situations is that they exaggerate a point. They make a point. So let's imagine in the past, she was with a guy, and that guy had a wife, had a kid from somewhere else, obviously from that first wife, and she accepted that. And then she's coming to you and she's saying, I want you to marry me right now. I got no issue with your past. I don't care what you've done in your past. Guys, I'm gonna be serious. I really don't care. As long as I know that I am number one, I don't care. Because you know what? We all go through things. We all go ups and downs. We all have our bad days. We all have our bad phases. So I don't care. But I need to know I'm number one. So, okay, I need to see. If I had a wife and kid, would you accept me? Actually, you know what? I'll give you a discount. I'll give you a discount. I've just got a wife, but I don't have a kid. That's the discount. So I'm even a better situation than your ex. Would you accept me? I don't know. I need to find out. I really need to find out. Yep, you guessed it. And I know some of you are gonna say, hey, that's not right. You might lose her. I don't care. Why? Because I'm giving you the rest of my life. Look at what I'm giving you. I'm giving you my life. Think of it like, you go into war. You don't give up. You don't go jump into war just for anything. You could die there. That cause better be good. That cause better be important. Same thing here. So I find out I'm gonna test somehow. I don't know. I might say that I was married and I'm still registered, so I can't register you now. I might say that I really don't know. I'm just coming up with something, and I'll see. There's only one answer acceptable from the other person. Only one answer. And that answer is, it's you. I love you. I trust you. I'm with you. We'll work it out. We'll work something out. You know that answer? That's the secret. The moment you know that answer, you know that you look at that girl or you look at whoever you're with and you know, I'm here. I'm gonna fight for this. But imagine you say that and it's the other things that matter more to me. Not you, it's the other things. Hey, what's the point? What's the point? If you gave it to another guy before, you gave that, it means you valued him enough to foresee that. Why not me? It means you don't value me. Why do you want me to give you my life? Why do you want me to give you my time? I'm not bored. I actually have quite a good life. I actually really enjoy who I am. Why am I going to give that to you? So, I know it's an extreme case, usually, I don't know, life is funny. There's all types of scenarios out there. But you need to know that you are looked after. You need to know that you are respected, that your worth is held. You need to treat yourself like gold. You only go up in price. Your value only increases from here. In 30 years' time, when you're still with that person, old, looking at each other, you're looking at her thinking, yes, I did this and I'm proud. She's looking at you thinking, you know what? It was worth giving everything up for this person. You want to know why relationships don't last? It's because the value isn't honored. Value is not sacred. You don't love. You're looking for what can be done for you. It's utilitarian. And anything utilitarian loses value. And if you like what you're hearing, remember, Degloirespace is not a niche. It's a movement. We're not looking for quick fixes. We're looking for a whole movement that betters your life. We're gonna attack life holistically. We're not gonna sit there and divide this bit. Oh, this has nothing to do with it. This has nothing to do with it. Anything that comes to mind about the human being, about our lives, we're gonna discuss that. We're gonna have a place for it. Whether it's popular or unpopular, I don't care. And you shouldn't either, because every bit of you matters. We want to be valued at all times. When you are valued, not only is your relationship better, not only is your work life better, and your creativity will flourish, you feel alive. You feel alive. You don't have to keep proving yourself. You don't have to, the other person proving themselves. You don't have to be doing that. Any issue can be overcome like this. There's a selflessness that's involved, especially if somebody has endured something for you. I'm not talking about comparing. Some of you might say, you speak about spirituality, but isn't this comparing what you're doing? Like you're comparing yourself to, say, her ex, example, if we're going to go by the toxic situation we mentioned. Aren't you comparing yourself to her ex? Don't be divisive in your thinking. Don't think, if I'm spiritual, I'm going to let everything pass because I'm spiritual. That is a brainwashing you've had. Look at figures like Krishna. Spiritual, but he was in war. He was out there. He was, look at Joshua in the Old Testament. Spirituality does not say, you sit there and you just get bashed. You sit there and you're oblivious to human nature. I'm just a victim because I believe in God. Even God strikes people down in his book. Even he makes threats. Everything is a part of the human being. We don't divide and say, everybody, when it's time to stand up for yourself, you stand up for yourself. It's not against spirituality to be as so. What is against spirituality is lying to yourself, is being dishonest. That's against your spirituality. Not having clear intention of what you're doing. Having self-doubt. These are the things that allow, if you want, let's use that word, the devil. That's what allows that entity to take over you. Those things. Those are the things that possess your heart and make you weak. Standing up for yourself, that is a given right for everything in this everything that's called itself life stands up for itself. Whether it's an animal, whether it's a plant, we all do that. Don't go against nature and start saying, I'm spiritual. That's rubbish. That's not spirituality. You're just kidding yourself. You're just weak and you're using some other excuse to justify your weakness. Let's attack these situations. Let's face these situations with a holistic mind. Degloirespace, signing out.